Hi guys, welcome to this show. And on this show, majorly I'm going to be taking you through the news and things that happened in the last week. And why do we have this show? This is to keep you abreast on things happening in Nigeria for my friends who are abroad and for some of us who don't have time, including I myself. But I love Nigeria, and so I always try to keep myself abreast on what is happening. So without much ado, let's go straight to what we have for this week. So on Monday, the 24th of February 2025, the question we should ask ourselves is that what really happened in 1985? And a former Nigerian leader in the person of Ibrahim Babangida told his side of the story. The truth is, many people were in attendance in Abuja, where many heads of state, including the president, was also present. But a lot of people have reacted. We've seen a lot of reactions. But the truth is, who can tell us what really happened? In reacting to this, many people have said, the Igbo Ohaneze group also reacted and they demand an apology and they demand a compensation of 10 trillion naira. Wow. Again, I'm just sharing the news and things I've heard. I'm not sharing my opinion, but hopefully the president will compensate them, because I think the book had to say it wasn't an Igbo-led coup, which is a good revelation by they call him Maradona, Ibrahim Babangida. So yeah, many other people has reacted. I think Muhammad Buhari, the former president, could not attend because he wasn't available, but he sent someone, or he sent a representative. Also, someone else has reacted. That's the person of Abacha's son, and he has said no, that the things said in that book were false. Who's gonna deliver us now? A lot of people are saying different things. Hopefully, probably you could ask your parents, you could ask someone and see, probably, whatever they say is true. But the question would be, who is actually right? We don't know. I'm quite young. I think I was a toddler then when it happened, and different experiences, especially that of MKO Abiola. In a turn of events, we also had an election dispute in Osun State where PDP won all of the local government chairmanship election. That's what Nigeria is. So eventually, I'm sure some weeks ago we had different news of people, and the APC, one of the APC local government councillors was killed and stuff like that. But eventually, the PDP has won. That's the dancing governor, my beloved governor. He's always dancing. And, even Davido reacted at some point. I mean, I know a lot of people were not happy with his reaction, but he has to speak for his uncle. So the governor has also sworn in all of those elected officials, and hopefully we'll have to go to court, as many times people do. We'll talk about some of the other court rulings, even in the Rivers State elections and the Rivers State politics. But APC has come out to reject it, and obviously, what do you expect? They said it's illegal and it's unconstitutional. Still on Monday, NDLEA, that is the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency, they shut down over 11,000 shops in Anambra State over discovering illegal drug trade. And we had also 40 arrests. We had a lot of protests. I mean, if this is true, then the lives of Nigerians, only God can save us with the things people consume and different stuff. But this should bring to question, are we really consuming the right things, or are we taking in counterfeit products? That's for you to answer. So on Tuesday, we also had, that's Tuesday the 25th of February, our beloved El-Rufai, that's the former governor of Kaduna State, and the one who was supposed to be the minister of power before the events turned out at the House of Rep. He eventually has spoken, and there are two things he did. He not only did he speak, he also chose the right media station, which is more like an antagonistic media station against the government, to speak, to show that he is not happy. He spoke about, the president and how that the president would personally rejected him. He's trying to say it wasn't because of the security issues. He also spoke about the fact that Nuhu Ribadu, who is the national security advisor, He also spoke about the fact that he is the one behind many of this. Again, these are all allegations. I'm not here to say my personal view. I'm just here to give you a brief or an overview of things that happened in the last week. Again, Nuhu Ribadu has come out to deny the allegations, and he said he has no presidential ambitions. So let's see what 2027 will be like. I'm happy I'm starting this now. We would see how we're going to look at different things in 2027. The 2031 presidential bid will be here to see, the turn of events and how things would play out. So one more, this is quite a sudden news. There was a kidnap, and there was a kidnap of the Afenifere youth leader. He was abducted, and videos have been online where, they demanded about 100 million naira. Wow. And they were asking for also 2 tricycles as a ransom. Wow. He also claims in the video again that he was shot 3 times. I hope the police and I hope, the security agencies will do well to get him back. This is quite painful, really. It's quite painful as, a turn of events, things happening. Nigeria police, I beg, please do your work. Help us try to get the young man back so that, things can go well. Speaking about police, still on Tuesday, we saw that the SUG president of Delta Polytechnic was assaulted by the police, and they demanded a huge sum of 500,000 naira. And they demanded 500 naira. And upon refusal, they slapped the guy, they threatened him, and it was, quite a viral thing. Please, the police force, I know that you try your best to, bring out the bad eggs amongst you. Please look at this and don't spoil our reputation, or your reputation, not mine, but yours, in the world as a people. So, as a turn of events, on Wednesday, we had the popular human rights activist and lawyer, our beloved Mr. Opa Femi Falana. He reacted to the book by Ibrahim Babangida. Also, he said that the book brought about different lies. That's his own reaction. And he said, that Moshid Kashimawo Abiola, who was, the president, he said he was the legitimate president. That's very true. I think a lot of people in that time, they argued that he won the election. He did. Yeah, so Babangida now admitting to it is more like a confirmation. But our beloved Femi Falana also said that there are many reactions, or there are many things in the book that might not be true. Please, sir, what are those things? Probably in your next interview, you might let us know the things that are not true in that book based on history. So on Thursday, the 27th of February, we also saw a very good news, and this gladdens me because I'm in engineering also. And, the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, that's NASENI, they announced the first helicopter, or first Nigerian-made helicopter. This is such a good news. Although we're not supposed to be here, we are to do better. But I think this is a step in the right direction that Nigeria is going forward. And this was unveiled in Kaduna State. Wow. I'm so happy that it's from that part of Nigeria where people usually think things are not, innovations don't happen. You see, it's kind of shutting us up that different things are happening in Nigeria. Also, Dangote, I'm sure many of us know him as, probably the oil mogul, or the one who produces sugar and many food items. But many people do not know that he's also into the auto industry. And so he just released, he just expanded, his auto manufacturing plant again, which is in Kaduna, where he's going to be manufacturing the I beg, my helper no go need me to pronounce Peugeot, but whichever, you know what I mean. Peugeot 3008 GT, that's a good model, and that's a plus to Nigeria and to the revenue. That's also a plus to Dangote. Also, in the petrol industry, again, Dangote has reduced the price of petroleum, which has made this really competitive. He brought the price down to about 825 naira. Wow. That's quite a reduction from about 890 naira. This is quite so good. I think it's still vary. In Lagos, it's about 860. In the northern part is about 880, but this is good, and that's to show NNPC and other competitors that now there's full competition in the market, all thanks to the policy of Mr. President last year. Yep. Still on Thursday, the head of NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, she had to voice out that her life is under threat after seizing a lot of illicit drugs, which I spoke about earlier. And I trust that the security agencies will do their best to save her. Again, we don't want what happened to Dora Aquili of blessed memory to happen to our beloved NAFDAC head. To the funniest of all, for Thursday, this was quite funny when I saw the news, and it's that native doctors are protesting in Anambra State. Native doctors are protesting because of Governor Soludo's policy against them. The question now should be, should they protest? I think native doctors should have gone out and they should probably do a voodoo to go against the governor. If they are truly native, God help us. So to get back, on Friday, the 28th of February, again, the issue in Lagos State Assembly, the crisis have escalated so high. We saw that a dramatic turn of events happened, and the question now is, who is the real speaker? Who is the real speaker? Is it the outed speaker, Mudashiru, Obasa, or is it the beloved Mojisola Miranda? Now we still have a lot of takes. Hopefully they settle it, because at least Lagos has been a model for politics, but now we have a lot of power tussle. And the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, he reacted, and again he's blaming Tinubu, or President Tinubu, for not speaking. He's saying that his silence is trying to foster undemocratic activities or anti-democratic activities. The question is, when the president will speak, you say he's speaking. When he's not speaking, you're still not happy. What should he do? But not speaking for the president now, I'm just speaking or reacting to the news and things that happened on Friday. Also, in the turn of events, Nigerian passengers, they were stranded in Togo, and this was quite shocking and quite embarrassing for the passengers. And I think the aviation minister, His Excellency, will I say Excellency? Is he excellent? Or him, Mr. Festus Keyamo, he raised concerns, and they are working towards resolving that issue. But this should not happen. And in case where it should happen, I think some heads should roll. Still on Friday, we also had another very saddening story. And this is quite painful for me because, some years ago, I was also an NYC member, and some were kidnapped in Edo State. And, the ransom is quite high. Where do you expect people to get about 20 million naira for ransom? That's quite so much. So please, I believe the security agencies are doing their best to get them back, and I trust that they will get them without paying these ransoms. Also, this was on Benin-Ore Expressway. I think the governor was on air earlier on today, and he promised that he's going to work on the roads and do all of that as his achievement in 100 days in office. So I believe that this is all that happened this previous week, and I'm sure that I'll keep on doing this. This is the first video of many to come, and if you want to stay informed, if you want to stay engaged, this is not just what I plan to do. I plan to also give weekly updates. I plan to host a podcast also where we discuss political news. For now, we're restricting it to Nigeria, but hopefully in coming weeks, we're going to take it even to the world politics. Again, if you've not subscribed, please do, to be abreast on the news and weekly updates like this. Till the next video, have a good one. Stay blessed. Bye.